Welcome to Behind the Lyrics. My name is Kat. I am a singer, songwriter, and a producer. I am a music production graduate from the Philippines. I have been writing songs ever since I was in high school and singing since I can remember. In this episode, I will be sharing with you my creative process for the track This Is Not a Love Song, which is included in my first EP, Dear Diary. So before we get into the track itself, I just want to share a little background of Dear Diary. As I've said, it is my first EP, and just a musical fact tidbit for those of you who doesn't know what the difference between an EP and an LP is. EP actually stands for extended play vinyl record, and LP stands for long playing vinyl record. EP usually consists of 4 to 6 tracks, while the LP consists of 7 or more tracks. And for the K pop fans out there, we have a counterpart, which is actually called the mini album and an album. So you can consider a mini album the EP, while a full length album the LP. So, rewinding it back to the Dear Diary EP, it is actually my major demo production class project, and it is a requirement for graduation. It is basically a thesis, and I've made the EP with my colleagues and now bandmates CJ Francia and Jean Marie Ascension. So, in this major demo production class, we were taught how a track release or how an album release is supposed to be made. The whole process from the pre production phase to the post production phase. And to culminate the class, we actually held a concert or a music festival with all of the artists, with the whole class. Onto the song. While the Dear Diary EP was born in my major demo production class, This Is Not a Love Song was actually born from my other class, my songwriting class. This Is Not a Love Song was actually my first project for my songwriting class. The song was actually very memorable for me because it was the first time that I have ever received a compliment from a professor when I was when I was in my when I was in my program. So, in our songwriting class, whenever we were asked to write a song as a project, we need to present it 3 times. And I remember that whenever we present, after you have presented, you may go. You may leave the class. So, I took that opportunity and waited so that I would be the last one to present, so that there would be no little to no audience because I was shy about my work. I think, well, I was very excited for this project because it has always been my joy to write songs, to write lyrics, but I guess I'm just a typically shy person. So, yeah, I waited until I was the last one to present, and after I presented, my professor said that the song the song is the kind of song that you would actually hear on the radio. And when I heard that, my face just totally lit up and I can't wipe the smile off of my face because the thing that I got from that is that This Is Not a Love Song is the type of song that is easy to listen to. It has that LSS effect, I think, and it's the type of song that would be actually popular. That's what I got from his compliment. So I was very happy to hear that. And because the professor highly commended the song, I've decided to include that in my major demo production class project. This is not a love song, contrary to the title, is actually a love song, but it's not the typical love song, I think. So, it is eventually a confession of the subject to the guy that she likes, but if you have heard the song and the lyrics, it has actually contrasting points in every line. And the subject has also been in denial at first with her feelings toward the one she's writing the song to. So I think you're dying to ask who the song is about. The song is actually not about me. I can tell you that for sure, but the song was inspired by a good friend of mine, which I won't name. uh, this friend of mine has been developing a crush for her then classmate, which is also her good friend. But just like the song, she has contrasting feelings about him because he's kind of popular and there are other girls pining over him, and she just doesn't know back then if she has a chance. So that was my inspiration. And how was the song made? For this song, I have actually written the chorus first in order to have the feel and in order to have the general theme on what the whole song is going to be about. And then after I've written the chorus, the verses followed and the bridge, of course. And I have also made the melody and the lyrics side by side before the chords. So why did I mention it? It is because the process in songwriting actually varies from every song and for every songwriter out there. So there's no right way or wrong way on what the first step you should take in writing songs. So it's just my process, and it's just my process that I write the lyrics and melody first before I plot down the foundation, the chords of a song. And for other songwriters out there, they may write the chords first. They may plot the chords first before they write the lyrics and the melody. So, anyway, since the song was a school project, revisions were told to be done for it to sound better. And this is not a love song's case. And of course, because this was a songwriting class, the revisions were about the lyrics, of course. So mostly the revisions that were asked of me was that to replace this word with this word because this one sounds more appropriate and it's like more grammatically correct than this word. And an example would be in the pre-chorus where on the third this is the third line, I think. So it was originally written like here. Now there's something I want to tell. And because when you say tell, it's usually followed by an object of what you want to tell. My professor said that the word say is more appropriate for this line. Did that make sense? I hope it did. All right, for the chorus. The chorus is originally written like this. This is not a love song, but I love you, boy. Just thought I'd let you know my heart beats for you so. Oh, your eyes, your smile, they shine so bright, it brings me joy. But boy, don't get me wrong, because this is not a love song. So there are actually contrasting points every line, right? Then my professor suggested to add more contrasting points in every line. So for the first line, it's alright, this is not a love song, but I love you, boy. Then for the second one, from Just Thought I'd Let You Know My Heart Beats For You So, he suggested it to I Won't Let You Know, not Just Thought I'd Let You Know, so that it contrasts with My Heart Beats For You So. Then for this one, for the next line, oh, your eyes are smile, they shine so bright, it brings me joy. So because it brings me joy is quite positive, it should be contrasted before. So it became, oh, your eyes are smile, they're quite all right. That's what I wrote. They're quite all right. They don't shine so bright back then, but it still brings me joy. So that those are just a few examples. But then when you heard the song that was actually released, we went back to that, to It Shines So Bright, because I just thought that we don't need so much of the contrasting points, because what we're trying to really come across, what we're really trying to come across is that her feelings are strong, that eventually in the latter part she gave in and confessed that it is actually a love song. So moving on for the instrumentation, so the song was actually birthed from my keyboard. That was where I plotted the chords. But then when I presented it with an acoustic guitar accompaniment played by my then classmate. And then when we included it in the Dear Diary album, it became a full acoustic pop genre with two acoustic guitars, one bass guitar, percussions, cajon, conga, and bongo drums. Those are the percussions with the shaker, of course, and with my vocals and backup vocals. And that's how This Is Not a Love Song came about. You may stream and download This Is Not a Love Song on various digital music platforms. I hope I've shared some piece of me with you to enrich as your own. This has been Behind the Lyrics.